Hello again, welcome back. In this video clip, again we're going to be talking about the JUS-CUTZ A4 die cutting system. We're going to be using some bottle caps and we're going to be using coins. So I'm just going to be showing you again some basic techniques. So if we have a look at the machine, we have the pressure switch firmly set to number 18, which is as far as we can go on the right hand side to open the rollers. We have our base plate, our thick white base plate, and we have a selection of bottle caps with the cutting edge facing upwards. Just arrange them on your base plate as many as you like, leave a gap between each cap. This time we take the tan embossing mat and we lay that on top, and then we close up with the clear cutting plate. Okay, so we have the thick white cutting mat, bottle caps edge upwards, tan embossing mat, and the clear cutting plate, pressure switch set at number 18. So off we go, take this to the rollers, engage in the rollers and go all the way through the machine. I'll use two fingers to show you. There is very little pressure. There is very little pressure indeed to do this. So we go all the way through with a tray full of bottle caps. That's us finished. Let's come back now and have a look at the results. Okay, we take the top plate off, remove the tan plate mat, and there we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We have about 16 caps there which are fully flattened, ready to decorate, to embellish and turn into a card project. So that's how we flatten bottle caps on the machine. You can do less than that, you can do more than that. Now we want to show you something just a little bit more unusual now. So let's just remove the bottle caps. Okay. We're going to be using the base plate again. But this time I'm going to put the pressure switch down to round about number 12. So we'll set it to round about number 12. There we are. And we're going to take two bottle caps this time. Here we are. We'll put them on the centre of the plate. And this time we're going to put a coin inside each cap, like that. And we're going to cover over the top with some embossing foil. So what we're going to do this time, I'm going to show you how to flatten two bottle caps with coins inside. And we're not only going to flatten them, we're going to make two wonderful embellishments at the same time. So we have the base plate, two bottle caps edge upwards, we have coin inside each of them, and we have our embossing foil. Okay, once we've done that, we very gently cover over with the tan embossing mat, making sure we don't move the foil off of the cap. We now close up with the top cutting plate, and we have our pressure switch set round about between 12 and 13, and off we go all the way through the machine. Okay, all the way through it. If you want to, because of what we're trying to do, you can go back again. It's entirely up to you. Okay, there was very little resistance, very little pressure on the handle. Remove the top plate. We'll just put this down here. We will take the tan embossing mat off. Okay, there we are. Now then, what do we have? Let's have a look. Take that off, take that off, and there we have the results. There we have one coin now made out of foil. We now have the second coin here, if I can get it off of the 10p. But I think you can see the results. Both of those have been clearly cut out. Just to prove that's not the 10p, they are the coins themselves. So we now have two perfectly flattened bottle caps, we have two foil embellishments, and of course we still have our 10p's to use again and again. That's a very simple way of making embellishments for a card project, using very little indeed. Now you can use thicker items if you want. All you would do was alter the pressure switch. We've had the pressure switch set there to round about number 12 or 13 because all we're using are thinner 10p coins. So we're going to be doing something else using the coins now. Let's have a look. Okay, we'll just remove all that. Again, we're going to be using our base plate. And this time, I'm just going to scatter some coins all over the base plate. I just have a selection of coins here. We'll just randomly scatter them like that. Well, what we're going to do here is make a sort of steampunky type background for a card. Okay, let's just arrange them like that. Let's just find our 10p's. Here we are, something like that and that. Okay, that will do for the moment. Now what we're going to do now is we're going to cover all this with a piece of embossing foil. As I say, we want to make a background for a card project. Okay, so we'll leave them like that, cover over just like that. There we are. We'll take our embossing mat, cover over the top like that, and we'll put the pressure switch down a little bit. I think we'll put it down to number 11 this time, and we'll have a look at the results. So we have the pressure switch set to number 11, we have the base plate, we have a selection of coins, foil, tin embossing mat and the clear cutting plate. Okay, let's run everything through the machine. There we go. Now I can feel the pressure as we go through, so hopefully we've got the pressure switch set just about right. We'll remove that from the machine and let's have a look at what we've done. Let's take this off, remove the tin embossing mat, just give that a shake, and if I hold up there you can see you now have a piece of embossing foil and all the detail of the coins has come through on there. Now we could have taken that a step further. We could distress that with alcohol inks, excuse me, we could sand that, we could actually have embossed some type of mesh background on there before we did the coins to make it even more interesting. We can use thicker items, which we'll come to later on again. We'll come back to this and show you a bit more. And all we would do if we used things like embellishments is we would alter the pressure switch. We would open the rollers up a little bit more to take account of the thickness of the embellishments. You're not going to go overboard with the thickness of items you put through the machine, but probably up to the thickness of the likes of a Yale key can easily be done. And all we're doing is altering the pressure switch. Now things like coins, charms, embellishments will always work better onto embossing foil than anything else. So bear that in mind, but sometimes something like mirror card, foil coated card, depending on the grade, that can be quite interesting as well. But for this type of exercise, you can't beat embossing foil. Okay, so that shows you how to use some coins and bottle caps together to make some interesting projects. Okay, we'll come back to something else a bit later. Thank you.